Good morning, everyone. Hope y'all are doing fantastic. It's been a little bit since I've been on here. About a month or so ago, I would say, was my last post or my last video. And I shared with y'all on it a very short snippet of what God was sharing with me. Over the course of time, God has been, He given me this message to share, and I apologize that I have not gotten on here to do that. No excuses except that I haven't. I opened up every time I pray to God and ask Him to show me something. He always takes me back to the last thing He showed me if I was not obedient and doing what He told me to do with that. And so I know in my own life experience walking with God that when He has told me to do things and I do not follow through in the way that He told me to follow through, then every time I say, what do you want me to do? Where do you, He takes me back to that and says, you have to do this before you can move forward with that. And so I haven't done any more videos since that last one. And so I'm coming to you today. I've been a little sickly, as you can hear, but nothing, we're not going to worry about anything. I'm good. But I was home Sunday from church, didn't get to go. And I sat down with my Bible and was reading, and there it was again. And so I'm here to talk to you today, and I'm going to entitle this, Enjoy Your Wait. Enjoy Your Wait. There's so many scriptures that tell us to wait on the Lord. Wait on the Lord. And as I looked up scripture about waiting on the Lord, I'm going to be honest with you, we would not. I know y'all like me to be quick and to the point here. A little 20-minute sermonette, a little shorter if we can do that. But if I did that, we would be, hours talking about waiting on the Lord. We don't want to do that. So I'm going to read a few scriptures to you, and I'm going to share a little bit with you about what God shared with me about waiting on the Lord. The first one I'm going to read is Psalm 27:14, and it says, "Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and He shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord." That's Psalm 27:14. The last video I had put on here, I was sitting in a parking lot. I was sitting in a drive-through, and you can go back and see it. It's short, but I had been shopping, and I had been out shopping and trying to hurry and get things done and get out of the store, and as what you do most of the time. Anytime I do anything, I feel like I'm going 90 miles an hour. I'm constantly in a hurry, doing, trying to get to the next thing. And this isn't the first time God has shown me this, that I need to wait on the Lord. But I was in the store and I was shopping, and I get to the lane, and as you know, in most stores now, it's self-checkout, and I really just despise the self-checkout. That's a lesson for another time. But if you have one or two items, that's great, not a problem. I worked in retail the majority of my life, and so I don't have a problem ringing anybody up, ringing myself up. Don't have a problem with that at all. But when you have a buggy load of, you don't shop but every 2 or 3 weeks, and you have a buggy load of stuff, and you've been in the store for 2 or 3 hours, and then you go up there and then you have to ring yourself out and bag it up yourself and take it out yourself, then bring it home and unload. You know what I'm talking about. Everybody knows. Anyway, that's just not my thing. I get angry about it. And so I get in a lane that day, and in a lane, and there's a lot of people in front of me because there's like 2 lanes open, maybe 3 at the most. And everybody's lined up because they probably feel the same way I do. Okay. So I get in a lane, and I'm standing there, and I'm waiting and waiting, and I'm looking, and oh, hurry up. And, this lane's moving very slow. And I look over and I see the lane beside me is going a little faster. I don't know how fast. It's not like speedy or nothing, but they have less people. So I take my buggy and I get over in that lane. Well, then I'm standing there and I'm looking and I'm trying to kill time. I'm looking on my phone, catching up on the Facebook, see if I got any texts, text people back, messaging people back, trying to do as much as I can in a short amount of time because I'm just standing there in my mind. I'm just standing there. Okay. And trying to fit as much as I can. If I could hear people on my phone in a store, I would call and catch up on how are you, checking on you, making sure you're all right. Or, hey, what you doing today? Just wanted to check up on you and see how things are going. I would do that while I was standing there because I'm trying to wrap everything, do a bunch of stuff at one time. So I'm standing there and I look over and the line that I was in is now shorter than the line I'm standing in again. I'm like, oh, really? So I move over to that line again. Well, then there's price check or whatever it is, and we're waiting, and I'm like, really, Lord? So I aggravated, and I get up there and get my stuff checked out, get in the car, go, and I'm like, it's after lunch by this time, and I'm like, I've got to eat something. I haven't eaten all day, and I got to take medicine, and I got to eat. So I go in the drive-thru. Well, I get in the drive-thru, and at that time, there was a lot of places that you couldn't go in and get food. The fast food stuff was all drive-thru. So I go in the line, and I get in the line, and there's 2 lines to, where you pull up on this one or this one where you can order 2 separate things. So I pull up in this one because there's just one person waiting. In this one, there's 2. And I'm sitting there and I'm waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And I'm like, what's the deal with the waiting today? And so I get on, punch in my phone on my car in my speaker, and I make a phone call, and I'm still waiting. And I get off the phone call, and I look over, and there's nobody in the second line. I'm like, okay, reverse, pull over there, pull up to the thing, and I'm sitting there waiting at the little box to give them my order. And I'm sitting there, window rolled down, waiting, looking, still nothing. Then they wait on these people that where I was, they all go. Then they asked me if they could take my order. I was frustrated. But I'm going to tell you something. I want us to look at, we're going to look at another verse. Isaiah 40. Isaiah 40:31 says, but those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. When we are running our life and we are spinning like a little hamster on a wheel, and we're going, God may slow us down for a reason. But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. When I was sitting in that line, God reminded me that I might have you waiting for a reason. I might have you waiting in these lines in the checkout for a reason. It could be to protect you. It could be to slow you down. It could be, I have someone there for you to talk to. It could be preventing you from harm. a lot of things have happened in my life over 54 years, and I'm sure y'all can look back, whatever age you are, and see things that have happened in your life over your time. And things that have happened that if you would have been a few minutes earlier or a few minutes later, you could have been in harm's way. Or if you wouldn't have canceled those plans or whatever it may be. And that's God's way of maybe protecting us. And I believe that thoroughly because it's happened to me. Isaiah 30:18. Therefore, the Lord will wait that he may be gracious to you. And therefore he will be exalted, that he may have mercy on you. For the Lord is a God of justice. Blessed are those who wait for him. You know, sometimes we get so busy and wrapped up in our own stuff that we forget what the big picture is. The big picture is not me hurrying up to get groceries and grab me a bite to eat to get home, put groceries up before I get there to pick kids up, or before I, have to do this or go on to the next event. The importance of what we do in this life as a Christian is to witness to other people, to be an example to other people, to share the gospel of Christ with other people, whether it be through our actions, through our words, through our kindness, through our gentleness, whatever it may be. And God will use those things sometimes if we're moving in such a fast way that we forget that God might have somebody right there in that checkout line in front of us, behind us, beside us, for us to minister to. They might need to be hearing a word from him through you. Lamentations 3:25. Let me see if I can read it. My eyeballs don't work. The Lord is good to those who wait for him, to the soul who seeks him. You know, when I was sitting there in that drive-through, God reminded me of these things. He reminded me of he could be slowing me down a little bit because I could be in harm's way. He could be slowing me down a little bit because he needs me to rest and hear him. He may be trying to slow me down a little bit because my body's tired and I need to take either a mental or a physical break. I've been sick recently, and we had a vacation planned. My husband and I had gone on a couples vacation, but we were going to take my daughter somewhere last week. And I have just gotten really sick, and a lot of things started happening to me, and it was a week, just a rough week. A lot of stuff was happening at one time to my body, okay? And we know from a few years ago that started happening to me, and when that starts happening, that I'm to slow my body down, that I'm going too fast, I'm trying to do too much, and that I need to slow it down. We all know through the course of COVID, through our country being shut down, through our world being shut down, that we might need to slow down just a little bit. And I think we forget that. Sometimes I forget that I was put in the hospital because I was maybe was trying to do too much. My immune system was down. I got sick. My body started breaking down. We found out I had all these problems wrong with me. Okay? God reminded me when I was in that bed, you need to slow down. You're trying to move too fast. Wait on me. Wait on the Lord. It's okay to wait. And, I was and we were reminded of that again during the COVID time. God reminded me of that. We need to slow our pace down. We need to slow it down. We don't always have to be running on that hamster wheel. And this past week, again, a bunch of stuff happening to me. I'm running full speed ahead. I haven't been getting on here sharing videos because I've been involved in a Bible study for teenage girls. I enjoy that greatly. I so enjoy that. That has been such a blessing to me. We are going into a new season and we're going to be doing some other things with the teenagers. But we have to remember, I have to remember, I'm preaching to the choir here. I have to remember that I need to slow it down and wait on the Lord. He reminded me of, going to doctor's visits and different things. You sit in the waiting room and you sit there and you wait. You wait. Last week or a few weeks ago, had a cyst cut off my body, 2 cysts. And I went in the waiting room and I'm like, what takes so long? And he reminded me in my mind, enjoy the wait. Enjoy your wait. Sit down, look around. Is there anybody sitting by you that might need to hear about me? There was a couple across from us with a small child. You know what I did? Hey, how are y'all? Talk to the baby. Open up the door of communication. We have to quit spinning out of control. I've had to sit home for a week, help my body to recover. There's been days I've stayed in the bed all day. Days I've gotten up, done a little bit, had to go back to bed. Still a little of this, but I'm better than I was. I have to slow my pace. And I figure if I have to slow my pace, somebody out there needs to hear you need to slow your pace. God reminded me, enjoy your wait. Rest. Lay in bed, watch TV. Take a nap. Sit down. Order out. When you're out and you're in that rush and you're hurrying and you're trying to get from point A to point B in a matter of this because I got to go to C, stop. Stand in that line. Wait in that line. Maybe even pick the longest line instead of the shortest line. Look around. Is there someone God might want you to talk to? Whether it be an encouraging word, a salvation message, whatever it may be. Just an ear. We touch people's lives every day, no matter where we go, no matter where we're at. Whether you're in Walmart, the doctor's office, at work, at school, at home, you touch somebody. So I'm going to tell you, when you head out, when you're going on, enjoy your wait. I thought, it would be great. I used to work at a convenience store, and, everything's fast, go, because it's called convenience for a reason. Go in, get out quickly. But when you're doing God's work, we're not on fast, go. There's a lot of waiting on the Lord. Waiting for the right time. Waiting for God to move. Waiting for God to speak. And we're on God's time, not our time. His time is different than our time. So like I said, next time you're in a store, pick the long line. Wait. There's times that God lets us move on through, but there's times he wants us to look around. Look, see who you can witness to. See who you can speak a kind word to. So I'm telling you today, go, enjoy your wait. Have a wonderful day. Stand behind the cross and let God lead. Lord willing, I'll see you next time.